Sheriff, how's it going?
It's going good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Busy week. Just plugging along.
Do things change after Labor Day? Do you guys do things different? Or
No.
Nah.
No, it's still operation as usual. I don't start thinking about winter until we start seeing ice forming.
Yeah,
That first snow that they had up on the Arrowhead, we don't look at that.
There was?
Well,
Snow?
supposedly, I don't know if it happened or not.
It did not.
It did not, okay.
Oh, good.
You guys have a training exercise today at the airport. Saw the Facebook post. I giggled at one of the comments.
What?
You have a scaled down version of an airplane.
Yes.
One of the comments said, "Did somebody make this in shop class in 1970?"
It kind of looks like it.
Well, you're not going to set fire to a real plane. I get that.
Right.
What is all entailed with this training?
This is the triennial. The last time I attended one of these, it was probably about 3-4 years ago. So they try to do it about every time like that. They incorporate a lot of different entities to bring everybody together and to work through a problem. And, if this is a mock plane crash, there are a number of things that happen. Obviously, you have the actual, probably a fire. You'll have an investigation. You'll have people that want to come and see. You'll have, maybe survivors. You never know. Those kinds of situations. And then you're talking about working with a multitude of agencies, federal, state, local agencies, all kind of coming together, working through an incident command structure, and then figuring out how to communicate with one another when you're all on a different, like Bemidji PD and Beltrami County, we're all on the same channel, but like when you start entering into like the FBI, FAA, fire, plugging all those things together, this is why we work through these incidents in training, so that if we, God forbid, we ever did have something of significance like that, we've got the ability to, hey, we've done this before, let's figure this, we've got this kind of figured out, let's just go, versus trying to reinvent the wheel every time something bad happens. So
don't call 911 today.
Do not call 911. Well, let's rephrase that. Regarding the airport incident.
Right.
Now, if you see a plane flying, sputtering, and it lands somewhere other than the airport, call 911 today.
Yes, please do.
I would assume that just coordinating who's involved in the training and what the training is going to be is a lengthy process when you're dealing with all of these different entities.
It is, yeah. The airport authority and our emergency manager, Chris Muller, and I think the city of Bemidji have been involved in probably 2 or 3 different meetings leading up to this to kind of like get the actors invited. I've been told, and I haven't confirmed this personally, but I've been told like even the Crow Wing County Bomb Squad might be here today just to be a part of a portion of this, because we have worked with the Crow Wing County Bomb Squad in the past. I personally have. People every once in a while will find blasting caps, dynamite, things of that nature, and depending on where it is and how long it sits, it can be very, very volatile, and so we include them with like turnover of those kinds of items to the bomb squad. They're trained to deal with it. Blasting caps can literally get set off with like static electricity from your body, and they'll take fingers and hands, so you don't want to be touching that kind of stuff. But yeah, so they're going to be coming today. Remember we had the infamous fishing lure holder at the downtown bank there probably about 20 years ago now.
So they've got a bomb squad. Lakes area has a dive team. You guys have the SWAT team. Is this by design that not every entity needs all of them?
Geographically, there's a lot of agencies that have especially in northern Minnesota, have multi-jurisdictional SWAT teams. And so they'll have memorandums of understanding with other entities to have a regional team where they'll support each other just because you don't have the bodies.
Sure.
The bomb squad is designed, The Metro has one, and then Central Minnesota has one because just geographics and whatnot. I'm not sure how big of an area Crow Wing County covers, their bomb squad, but that is by design, obviously, just because the training and the upkeep and the equipment that's involved in that is extremely expensive. The robots, bomb suits, the actual holding tanks that they put the devices in to transport them, very, very expensive. And so they purposely lay those out. And I think Crow Wing, you get north of Brainerd and the population starts to dwindle a lot with resources. And so that's probably the last stop area for a lot of agencies to be able to participate in that.
County board took up an issue today with the SWAT, or the other day with the SWAT team. You guys have been dealing with Bemidji Ambulance on calls that the SWAT team goes out to.
Yep.
And now it's going to be Bemidji Fire Department.
Well, it's going to be both. Bemidji Ambulance will still maintain they have a higher level of care. They have paramedics, right?
Sure.
And so they'll be within, probably a mile or two of our incidents still. We always check we always have them put on standby. We always have and check with either North or Sanford to see if one of them will fly for us if we end up with something critical. And it's good to know those things because depending on how remote we are, what the weather's like, what our access is to first class, immediate medical care, that's what saves lives. And so the fire department is going to be providing a service where they're in we have different zones that we call them. The cold zone is an area that's pretty safe to the public, right? The warm zone is you're probably within some danger depending on where you're at. And then there's the hot zone where you're immersed in whatever we're dealing with. And they're going to be in the hot zone with the SWAT team to be able to handle immediate medical care so that a law enforcement officer doesn't have to stop doing the work that they're doing to keep the team and themselves and the public safe. And they're going to transfer that responsibility to the fire department's EMTs and paramedics that are with us. And so we've got policies in place and procedures in place that there's always an operator with them protecting them. And if we have to extract a downed civilian, a suspect, or an officer, those folks can help with that. And we can still, the law enforcement side of it can still do the work that we need to do and keep the mission flowing, kind of seamlessly. So.
Well, I had my first experience rubbernecking on Saturday.
You first?
Wait. So
First of the weekend.
well, of this type of situation, it was Saturday, so I was like, I'm going to check out the jail, right?
Yeah.
Saturday afternoon. And then I kind of pulled where I'm going south. I don't know what that road is. Anywhere. So then I saw another truck. He was kind of cut. I didn't realize he was rubbernecking too. So then when he turned the corner to go, north, I kind of pulled over, right? So I was like, I'll pass. I'm checking out I think it was the Sally door side, right, where you guys will pull in.
Yep.
Well, he pulled over too. He was just looking and rubbernecking just like I was. He's like, because I was like, he said, I'm good. I'm checking out the jail like you. That looks like it's going together good. Huh?
It is. We were just talking about that. The fact that those walls are they come prefabricated, like that's precast walls. They go up so quick that it looks like you're just making all this monumental progress forward, right? Once those are up, the slabs are poured and the roof's on, everything will slow down to from the outside, you won't be able to tell what's going on because you just won't be able to see it. But I think it's mid-November, they're going to start pulling in the prefabricated cells. So you notice when you drive by there's a lot of openings. Mm-hmm. That's by design. Those openings will allow the prefabricated cells to be brought into the building. And once all the cells are brought in, then they'll close those areas up. So
that's a good crane operator right there.
How do they bring those walls here? They're big.
I know.
How do they get them here?
They're inside those big propellers you see that go by.
Somebody was telling me one of those there was one of the walls that went up there was a larger one, and it weighed like 80,000 pounds. I'm like, how do you get an 80,000 pound wall anywhere?
A crane the size of that thing that's over there.
Oh my goodness, it's crazy.
So that was my first rubbernecking experience with another rubbernecker.
Oh, with another.
Looking at a jail. How often does that happen?
Right.
Probably not.
As long as you don't see it from the inside, we're okay.
Right. Sheriff, you got any plans this weekend?
Yeah, thinking about doing a little bit of local camping. So
Oh, fun.
yeah,
Do have one tree question for you.
yeah.
Take sheriff hat off, tree hat on.
Tree hats on.
For those that don't know, sheriff does tree work. With the stress that trees have been under, I've heard people saying all the leaves are falling. They're still green. Is it going to be a year like that, where trees are so stressed that they're going to freak out when it's in the 30s?
You know, I have a hard time believing that. I've seen some ash trees so far that are starting to maybe yellow up a little bit, and you do see some leaves come down this time of the year. We had like 2 weeks of dry weather in August, and the rest of it's been like a really good summer for rain. I don't personally see a lot of stress. I think the wind stressed a lot of pines and jack pines and trees of that
we have
nature.
plenty of those.
Yeah,
We'll be dropping their needles.
yeah,
Well, you have a good weekend.
yeah. You guys as well.
Thanks.